The seals have been broken, and the devils are here. Welcome, everyone, to our finale of Concerto on Nocturne. Our Vampire the Masquerade, long-running, actual play, where we find out what the fuck New York kindred are actually all about. I would like to thank you all for joining us tonight on this very special evening, both for the finale of this season and announcements of what's to come. So let me jump right into our first little bit. It's time for the finale of Concerto on Nocturne. Episode 28, entitled Bleed for Tomorrow. Let us return to our scene as the humming of Vayushki Vayu lilts across the PA.
We should get started.
Shit.
JD, did you invite them to help? We say yes.
I honestly think he's probably mad at me.
Why? Why would he be mad at us? We've all been such good friends.
Oh, no, I sent him on a wild goose chase.
What? Why? When?
JD looks back in the direction of the flame on the horizon from the Giovanni funeral home and says, about that time ago.
Huh. So are we killing chickens? Are we spreading salt around? What are we doing here? Because I would love to survive tonight.
If we're just gonna ignore the ambiance, the threat, I guess. She just starts rummaging through the piles and holds up the plastic packaging of the Sharpie markers, ripping it open, just hands one to JD. Maybe just check the area and make sure they're not close. And I need you to also mark down some phrases for me around the entire building.
Oh, okay, cool.
She pulls out another CVS receipt, flips it over. So every line is essentially it basically describes our intent, and they're very calculated, but you need to make sure you get the sequence right, okay? It's really important that everything is in groupings of ones and tens, and the entire CVS receipt is numerical.
It's binary.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, it was written in binary?
No, it's Pythagorean numerology, so ones and tens have to be grouped separately with the spacing. Ones and tens having specific meanings. Ones being source, tens being a multiplicative property within the theory.
I just write this on a wall or something? That's what I need to do?
You're making a circle around the entire building, so you could do it around the wall or the ground. That's why I got oil-based.
Around the building. Got it. Okay.
Oh no, I
Okay.
got a job for you though.
Yeah, I think that was a job for me.
I got
Oh.
multiple things.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so do you have? But sure, it's not gonna get in the way, right? Like it's not. You don't have any flowery bits. Stop pulling at the blouse, looking. Can you like tighten
excuse
this?
you?
Because
Oh,
it's a fire hazard.
Excuse me. This is a very expensive fire hazard. Why?
Well, 'cause
Kilia,
I need.
let's pretend I'm a 5-year-old. Bottom line it for me.
I need the 5-year-old to start up the propane tanks and heat up the Dutch oven and the weight sets, but it needs time. So
Okay.
while we start setting up the numbers, you could start heating up the engines.
Engines. Okay. Turn on some fire.
Yeah,
I can handle that.
yeah.
Love a Dutch oven. Okay. That's it. I'll tell you when you're older. Don't worry
Do I
about
need
it.
to put this any particular place around the building or just around?
As long as it's circular, right?
The benefit of this location is that
Okay.
it is built perfectly circular.
Ooh.
There is
All right.
this is a massive circular pavilion.
Follow the turn.
Okay, and if anybody sees Freddy Krueger, scream.
I'll scream loudly.
JD
Yeah.
reloading the contender. Yeah, scream. And then tucks it into like a side holster and goes, all right, do you need anything else from me right now? Or should I just, because I should start going if we're going to do this now.
If you believe me, just collect it. It'll save you on a later step. Sorry, that was being
Okay.
economical. That wasn't a threat. It
And
was
Judy-
economical.
No. Hey,
And JD just
efficiency is good right now.
rummages through the list of things and goes, oh, we didn't find a place where I could just hold. Okay. Pulls like a crumpled plastic water bottle out of one pocket, like straightens it out and starts like muttering on his way around the building.
Having a good time, having a good time. Loading her pistol as she moves towards the where we put the burner.
So there is an industrial outdoor self-standing wok burner. Now this wok burners are built not like your standard outdoor grill. It is a jet engine essentially with a holder on top for whatever cooking vessel you're going to put on top of it.
Cooking, yes.
In this instance, it is a large cast iron Dutch oven. So Liz, here's the problem though. There's a foot pedal for the burner. So you're gonna have to like rest a brick on the foot pedal to keep it going, and it makes a constant roar of flame
Aha!
on the bottom of this Dutch oven as it's set up.
You just want me to make a Rorschach test, don't you? Thanks. Okay. Okay, cool and good.
Listen, if the ritual
ain't
doesn't have,
good.
like, the possibility for catastrophic failure, does it also have the ability for catastrophic success? No.
It's fine. Fire's fine. I love fire. I use fire all the time. I inhale it into my lungs, and it makes me feel better and calmer and cleaner and clearer about the situation. Don't tell Charlie I smoke. Okay. Brick. Yeah, I start kind of scouring around the area, and I mean, this place sounds like it's in a bit of disrepair.
There is loose debris and rubble pretty much everywhere, so...
So, yeah, I go over, because you said we're standing kind of on a big map of the state of New York, and it's got all the little Texaco stations, like, it's a big old highway map. So, like, I go over and pry up one of the chunks of it that's got, like, the big Texaco star on it. Just like, okay, let's bring a car to the star, I suppose, and thunk this thing down on the pedal. Get going.
After lighting the pilot, this burner turns on and there is a cone of flame coming up out of this burner with the constant just blowing into the bottom, creeping up the sides of the Dutch oven, giving you a little bit, like if it wasn't a controlled flame, you can feel the beast kind of recoiling ever so slightly. But the fact that it is a controlled flame, and you know there's a safety mechanism of kick the brick and the fire goes away, you don't have to roll frenzy, a Rorschach frenzy test right now.
Okay. I don't like this. I like what happened a second ago less, but this makes me not an okay. Whew.
At least you're
But there's your fire.
stationary. You're not driving while you have to do it.
No, you know, it's always looking on the bright side of life. It's what I love about you, Delia.
Delia's pulling the coconut vase out of the trolley stuff. Pulling that, grabbing the barbecue rack, placing it on one of the concrete slabs. They have those round circular benches that, you know, towards the center there's just weeds where there would normally be some kind of landscaped piece. She's gonna pop it down on the center and use it sort of like a table. Into the vase. Into the coconut. Put the lime in the coconut.
Please make a rouse test as you lose blood.
I'm hungry. That puts me at 2 hunger die.
Oh boy.
Yay.
I don't like that sound. That's not a good sound.
It's fine. You're my coconut today, Robert. So she's pouring the... and she's sitting there looking at it. Here we go. Purse wing in. Yes. And with that, she's just gonna start zip tying the barbecue rack on top of the vase. It's fine. You're gonna need that when we balance the scale and the fire.
Yeah, no, obviously, lime in the coconut. Drink it all up. Yeah.
If that's part's not going to be fun.
I was kidding, Delia.
Oh, I thought you looked at my
weren't.
notes.
No, it's... Put the lime in the coconut, drink it all up. You say, doctor, is there nothing I can take to the doctor to remove this belly ache? Are we drinking this? Why do you always have to have people drinking stuff? It's always drinking. We can't ever have like a nice scotch.
I mean, it's gonna have a kick.
I wanted to kick on the way down, not like through my back, and then there's like a big splatter and a footprint, and it says Delia was here, and Liz had a bad time. Sorry, I'm very tense. You should. I'm sorry. It's the fire is very bright. There was I don't know what the fuck that was over the PA. That's new to me. You two seem wherever the hell JD went.
Yeah, JD's gone.
Yep, JD is fucked off.
Really, like, informed about that whole situation. Me, I don't know. Fucking apparently a serial killer wants to eat us. So, sorry. I'm just a little sorry. It's sorry. Sorry.
I'm trying very much not to think about the Scourge being angry. Because as much as
Scourge.
I've also been their
Right.
pen pal when I was in Philadelphia, and that was really nice and worked out
Philadelphia?
well.
Super nice. Yeah.
Right? But also they tried to kill
Lime
me
in the
in the middle
coconut.
of Brooklyn, so that also stays with me.
This is all great. This is great. This is wonderful. I'm learning a lot today. I would love to learn how the lime goes in the coconut.
Out on the perimeter, I need
JD
2
is dead.
checks from JD.
Oh no!
All right,
Just
cool.
cut to JD's corpse. No.
Yep.
Intelligence, academics.
Okay. Sure. If I don't have academics, is that a problem? How does that work?
Just
Is
roll
that just
intelligence.
Roll intelligence. Alrighty.
You have 7 bonus dice, by the way.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to Blood Surge Fest because that's always better. Not hungry. Cool. Because the blood surge doubles my pool, and that's important. 1, 2, 3. 4.
Okay. Following Delia's instructions is not too difficult. The receipt itself had everything you needed to write down. You just have to copy it and follow the instructions. That's fine. The second test I need you to roll
Okay.
is Wits Awareness. Auspex, if you have it.
That checks out. I do have Auspex. I have less Auspex than I used to, though, because we did change some things around for JD.
Your difficulty for this roll
Mhm.
is 4.
Cool. I'm going to Blood Surge again, which will mean I only have to take 1 die off, which is nice. Still not hungry. Or hungrier, I should say.
It's fine. We're leaking blood all over the place over here.
This is just like the early steps. This is the preparatory steps.
Preparatory steps. There's multiple. Okay, good. No.
Yeah, no, I printed it out.
Oh.
Copies for everyone. We were low on
Thank God
ink,
in
so there's
heaven.
no pictures.
I love pictures.
3 with a messy crit.
What? No, why?
Excellent.
Rio, it's the finale! Don't do this
Yeah.
to my heart!
What a great time to do a messy crit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it means anything can happen!
As JD is writing his notes, writing the Pythagorean numerology sequence that will trace its way around the outside, he hears carnival music. The sound of an organ grinder. Just pumping out in the background. As the sound, the sturdy clunk of spotlights opening can be heard from above. Getting to one of the doorways, JD is able to look inside, and the center of the pavilion is not what everyone else sees. Instead, it is a massive circus tent. In the center stands an ostentatious ringmaster holding a major's marching baton. Those large staffs. Circling said ostentatious ringmaster is a collection of beasts. A lion. What looks to be a Komodo dragon of sorts. And a wolf. Stalking and circling. Above, in the trapeze overhead, a great bat flutters back and forth. And as threatening as all of these beasts appear, this Ringmaster's unfazed. The lion wearing its gilded crown, the Komodo dragon's fangs dripping poison, red-tinged poison that sizzles as it touches the ground. I should say it's actually venom if it's coming from teeth. Just being appropriate. The wolf...
Or a metaphorical flamethrower, one of the two.
The wolf is flickering with shadow. This ringmaster pulls up a old-fashioned cone megaphone, the handle on the side of a cone style megaphone, and starts shouting. It sounds like Peanuts language. It's unintelligible. It is a Lynchian reverse of a ringmaster's shout and call. A carnival barker put on scramble. Before JD comes back, looking at the page, knowing where he is on the in the sequence, but also firmly aware that there are 4 individuals making their way towards the center of this pavilion. From the outskirts. They were very careful about closing their car doors quietly. They made sure not to have their headlights on. But JD ended up in a circus for a few moments.
Lion, bat, wolf, Komodo dragon? I guess pistol shrimp wouldn't have been in the genre. And JD turns around and starts and takes the way that will lead him to the opposite side of the pavilion of the people coming by, and is scribbling, like looking down to scribble, looking back up in the direction that he could sense people coming from, looking back down, looking back up, looking back down, and is speeding up. And in the other hand has pulls out the revolver and kind of holds it slightly pointing off to one side, listening, with the intent to fire off a shot about the point where people need to start worrying.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Panic fires.
Back inside. Oh, I will point out though, JD knows that they are stalking. They are not moving in any aggressive fashion beyond menace. Back inside, Delia continues.
Bless you. If you don't do it, I need you to do it a bunch of times so it's 10 because 2 isn't working. There's 2 numbers, please.
Continue.
Okay. Here's the weight set. I need you to start melting this all down. It's
Okay.
Laurel gave it to me.
Oh,
It's old. It should melt just fine.
sure. Sorry, for Fox's benefit, did you say weights?
Calibration weights. She gave it to me when I got hired.
What you hold in your hand is a lacquered, well-made, a handmade lacquered box with actually a satin interior. On the outside, it says, "For Delia with love." On the inside is a graduated weight set for calibrating
The scale that
Scale
she's pulling
equipment.
out over by the coconut.
These just go in the pot?
Yeah, you're going to need to melt it down because we're going to drip it across the scale, and for it to be hot enough, you're gonna need the wok.
Sure. You want the box though, right?
Yeah, I'll take the box.
Yeah, I mean, and just like very carefully pull the weights out, kind of bundles them up in her hands. Like, you should hang on to that. You're gonna want that after whatever happens tonight.
Liz
Just kinda
did
plunks it all into the pot.
Liz did spy a small, like, photo. A very small photo. At the time, it was revolutionary, of World's Fair attendees.
You
Just a
guys
couple
took
of
that
gal
here.
pals.
You get tickets depending on what stations you visited. They would give you little certificates saying, congratulations, you visited, and, get to learn about the television set at the time. And then you would walk away and you could, put that in a frame somewhere.
You're a beautiful couple.
I saved all my most
And
potent weapons for today. So,
yeah.
boil it down, get it into liquid state, and then come over here, because I'm going to get the scale ready.
Sure. No, yeah. It's like finished kind of dumping them in there. I start to head over towards where the scale is, and there's just like a pause. I very quickly like grab my cell phone, and just like as I'm walking over, very quickly text Danny and just say, "Whatever happens tonight, all caps, do not leave the haven. Send." Puts her phone back.
The Dutch oven, the cast iron Dutch oven, is now glowing hot. The concentrated heat of the burner, causing the bottom of it to start to glow, getting that heat up to something that you would anticipate from like a kiln. And Delia finding out a way to create basically a smelter on the fly.
There's no outlets.
Liz begins melting down the weights. Doesn't take long for the small ones. The larger ones, a little bit more time. There's a ladle as well, a high, a cast iron ladle that Delia has. It actually looks less like a cup ladle, and it's more like a cylinder with a little spout on it and a vertical handle just coming up the side of this cup.
Like you see in casting.
Mm-hmm. Outside again. JD finishes his little writing. Just as he hears rustling in the undergrowth, maybe 50 yards away, there's a single solitary figure walking straight towards the pavilion. Casual pace, hands in pockets, standing upright, in a fine suit. Darkness obscuring their immediate appearance.
And he crumples up the CVS receipt, sort of sticks it in the pocket, turns, gun pointed in their direction. Right there is about good.
The figure doesn't even acknowledge that you've said anything. continues to walk casually towards the grand pavilion.
Can I see who it is from here at this point?
Make a wits awareness test.
Okay.
Difficulty 4.
Okay. Blood surge again. Ooh, not hungry. Take 2.
2. You see them well enough through the obscuring shadows that don't seem to play along with the light. You can see that they are no one you recognize.
Cool.
And you notice they have a very eccentric tie clasp. They have a very... From what you can make out, a tailored and fitted suit. Looking Armani, you believe. The tie, a slender European style. The tie clip that bears a stylized double C with thorns intersected by a V, making this almost chalice-like imagery.
Okay. I don't know what that is. Does JD know what that is?
I don't know. Do you have intelligence politics to roll?
Yeah, actually I do.
Rock and roll.
Cool. Difficulty on this?
Difficulty 3.
Okay. I am hungrier. Haven't gone up to another die just yet, but we're getting there. 3.
3?
Yeah.
Well then. V is for Ventru.
That's good enough for me.
C
Mm-hmm.
can therefore be extrapolated as Camarilla. The second C could very well be Council. As the flickering light, you can see the slicked back blonde hair in a very business style cut, and piercing blue eyes that sit just below those shadows.
Okay. You said about how far away?
50 yards.
50 yards.
Closing not quickly. They're pretty casual
Okay.
about their pace, it seems.
That's scary.
But on the other hand, JD looks at them and sees them sort of approaching at the like nonchalant walking space, the pace that they're doing. Like, stuffs the receipt in their pocket, stuffs the Sharpie in their pocket, and goes, fine. And doing the thing that he can only assume is genre appropriate for someone in authority, turns on his heel, ignores them, and goes back inside. And if he gets that far, once out of earshot, will quicken his own pace to get back to the three of them faster, because this needs to get moving.
It's not far. It's maybe a 20-foot tunnel way before you get to the center. Basically you have to walk underneath the seats of the round pavilion to get to the center where the map is.
Yep.
As you make the turn, you're able to see Liz dumping weights into a now red-hot Dutch oven.
Yep.
Delia preparing a scale, it looks like, well as a coconut vase off to one side.
Okay. JD comes in around the corner and then puts one hand to his lips like this, and then goes, like, taps his ear for they might hear from outside. And then, having done that and realizing he doesn't know any form of sign language whatsoever, JD reaches back into his pocket, pulls out the CVS receipt, the Sharpie, and scribbles down something and hands it to Delia. And all it says is, how can we make this go faster?
She pulls out her phone and just texts, "Are we allowed to speak out loud?" and just shows it to the two of them.
JD, yeah, but they might hear us.
Oh, well, fuck, if time is of the essence. Okay, the map, the Texaco map. Ideally, I was hoping to have maybe a slight donation of, JD, some of your blood, because in particular, connectivity of the Malkavian clan has a very, I think it will work really well with the idea that we're trying to resonate a large space, tap into the connected nature. I need you to trace the ley lines across the Texaco map. And how are we on the super hot molten metal?
It's about
How are
liquid
we?
by
Is it
now.
who yet?
Okay.
Soup's on.
Fantastic. She pulls the scale, fixes the zip tie so the scale stays put on the little barbecue thing, slaps a master lock onto one side, and then pulls her finger down on the other. So, I'm going to need you to very slowly, drip by drip, pour the weight set across the master lock, but we have to keep the scale completely balanced whilst we do it. While you are also, I need you to mix your blood into the gasoline. She just grabs a vial and chucks it over. Before you do the ley lines.
Into the gasoline.
That's for JD.
That's for JD. No, give it to JD.
Oh, okay.
She tossed it to
Yes,
JD.
JD. Sorry,
Okay.
it's unclear. Apologies.
JD catches the thing that John has missed, what it is.
It was a vial and for the jug of gasoline.
Gotcha. Okay.
Catalyst. Gasoline. Blood. Ley lines. Texaco map.
I think this... Okay. No, now I get it. Oh, that's... Okay. No, that's what Curtis is talking... Got it. I think I can make this faster.
How?
I need to... It's not really drink. I need to go... I need to gargle some of your blood, Delia.
You're going to spit it back out?
Yeah, I'm going to use it again later and mix it with the thing you want me to do, but Lysander and I both come from the same line as Vasanta Senya.
Who? Whom? What? Whomst?
Wow, everybody's got special blood but me. That's cool.
They're,
I don't.
they were a person a while ago, I think, like some amount of time ago, who basically didn't... They could, and I guess I can, break blood bonds.
Oh. Oh yeah, no, you're definitely going to have to bleed across the map of Texaco.
Cool. Yeah. So I need the other thing though to do to add the extra bit.
Oh, sure, it's already. She rubs a little of the lipstick off, and then does it again.
Cool. And JD just kind of like limbos underneath, and just opens his mouth, and then comes back around and just and then walks off to like onto the Texaco map.
Delia needs to make another rouse check.
Yep.
Good to see that romance isn't
Okay.
dead.
Cool. And I have to write out a frenzy for this.
Even better.
Wait, fucking what? What's
Sure.
going on? What is happening? What did I get myself involved in? What?
It's a Friday night, Liz. God, don't you know how to party?
No, I super fucking apparently don't.
So, you were saying you have to ride out a frenzy, you said?
Yes. The way this works, in order to do the thing, is I have to... Normally... Okay, so I don't know how this works now, because now that we've decided this functions. I need to drink a mouthful of Vitae and then ride out a frenzy in order to break a blood bond on somebody. If I'm doing this for the purpose of the ritual, though, I don't know how this would work for this. So I'm going to throw my hands up in confusion and go, somebody who knows vampires, decide this for me.
See, here's the thing.
Expert.
Malkavians experience a lot of stuff very differently.
Yeah,
So
well-
JD is gonna shatter for a few moments.
Cool.
For John, I would like you to role play out JD as different times, moments, and people throughout JD's line
Okay.
for the next 5 to 10 minutes in game.
Sounds good.
You'll be making willpower checks to see when you can come out of said shatter,
Cool.
because you are essentially evoking all of the Malkavian curse at once to scramble connections in the blood.
How do you gain willpower again?
Gaining willpower back, you make progress towards your desires.
Cool. So my current desire is ending the blood hunt, or what JD colloquially refers to in noir as the long night.
Oh,
You think maybe get a willpower back?
yes,
doing
I will.
this?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Leading up to this point, you should have gotten that. You can only do this once per scene, though, and it has to be a legitimate, marked advancement towards your desire.
Gotcha.
And you're going to need to make some willpower tests.
Cool.
So for the first 5 minutes, it's just going to happen. And then you're going to make a willpower test. Once you get 5 successes on accumulated willpower, you'll be able to come out of it.
Cool. So I think what happens is, like, cinematically, right? JD did the limbo, got back up, and then exited stage right off frame. And then about 5 seconds later, his face just slams back into frame, and he goes, Risa, that's not it! Put that down. We need the other box. It's, 1943. No, 42. 42, that's the one. Pick up 1942 and put it 3 shelves over, one to the right?
I thought this was supposed to help things go faster.
I don't know if this is good or bad. Honestly, I can't tell if it's working or if...
Hi, sorry, who the hell are you and why aren't you drawing on our map?
I'm sorry, what? Sorry, you said something. I don't know what it was. You said something. Why am I not drawing on a map? Am I supposed to be drawing on a map at the moment?
Delia, the map situation? If you wanna...
yes,
Sorry, no, I don't see a map. You'll have to point me in the right direction, because I'm somewhat lost at the moment. So if you could just point me in the direction of the map you need me to go to.
I grabbed both sides of JD's head and, like, pointed at the floor. It's like...
And when you do that, JD, like, leans back in suddenly, like, you grab your hand and sort of darts in, grabs both of your hands, goes, this is close. I like this. This is close. There's something here. There's something in this moment. There's something in the intimacy of it that just changes perspectives. Can you look into my eyes and see out through me? Because I can do that here.
No, I actually can't. JD, are you still in there? Do I need to go diving for it?
Spins off and goes, sorry, no. I have an idea. If we put, no, if we put the clock over there and spin it backwards, maybe we'll take a little bit of time off of our lives. Yes, that sounds like that could work. I think that would be lovely. Maybe we'll turn a little bit back a century, see where we end up.
Oh no, I think we need to go forward, and by forward I mean forward with the map and.
From the
It's
edge of the
2021.
pavilion.
You're in New York.
From the edge of the pavilion, you just hear, "That's what you get for working with the broken." As a very well-dressed, in a crisp, tailored Armani suit, a blood red satin tie with that tie pin I mentioned before. No flickering shadows at this time. Leans against, well, doesn't really lean. Wouldn't want to touch the wall with his shoulder, but is standing near the wall, looking at the three of you. You just can't rely on them. All the insight in the world, and yet, when you need them, they just crumble to pieces.
I'm going to need you to redact that phrase.
Come again?
Did you just call my friend broken?
Oh.
I assume that you must have confused them with somebody else because they are doing something remarkable, and you're...
Their whole clan. An accident, honestly. But useful. So useful accident. Ugh. Well,
I'm sorry. I'm afraid we haven't had the pleasure.
Yes.
Elizabeth Mueller. Nice to meet you. And your whole asinine routine is called?
He walks forward, unbuttoning the first button of the coat, pulling it back. Yes, you haven't had this pleasure, have you?
Not really my type.
Here comes the pain right as goalies and stuff destroy it. Oh my god, that's art.
Y'all with these alerts right now. Y'all.
Walks forward, steady gait. Not disturbing anything on the ground. Stepping over anything that might trip up his pace. You may refer to me as Sigismund. I am here at the behest of the council. I hold the rank of Justicar, of the highest clan, one might say, of Ventru.
One might say that if one were mistaken.
It's my understanding that it's the middle of nowhere during a blood hunt. I imagine you have very important business elsewhere.
Oh, no. My business is right here.
Well, our fair prince is nowhere to be found here, and I assume you're in for the prize?
Sorry, is anyone hearing German? I keep hearing a voice.
From slightly behind you, you hear, "Ach, Sanne, ich weiß, dass du jung wirst."
He sees
What do you
JV
say?
and just shakes his head. It seems that my trail has led me here. Since I came to put this city in order, and I can only find chaos. So I pulled at a thread. That thread has led me here. So, you are going to lead me to the prince of this city. And then
And
you
just
will be
how-
given merciful ends.
Ooh, that deal's just really not gonna work for me. Dilly, does that deal work for you? I don't feel like that's really in your best interests.
You mistake. This is not a deal or an offer. I speak with supreme authority in this situation. So,
Oh.
I'm going to have to ask that you, whatever little witchery you are going on about, going to have you finish that. And I'm going to have you take me to the prince.
Oh, well, thank you. I actually was in the middle of doing something, and if you say I should finish it, Liz, we're going to go do the thing then. You can watch.
No.
Yeah, no,
I
I mean,
mean
if-
finish as in you're done. Now.
See, that's the trouble with some men. They're just always so impatient. They really think things should end on their terms. And I want to throw the fucking, like, molten metal at his goddamn face.
Oh.
Unless he's, like, way hella far away and that's not reasonable. But I wasn't sure of the distance because I really would like to just molten metal his fucking eyes.
You're going to throw a cup of molten metal at his face.
Yeah, just wick it in his face from the pot. Just whoosh. I recognize this may fuck up the spell, and I'm very sorry.
My girlfriend juice.
Christ.
No, who better to wield it than another lesbian?
All right. I'm gonna count this. Dude, what the hell is this?
We've been trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
New York doesn't even know.
Dexterity,
Terrible mistake is what it is. Alright,
athletics. Because you're throwing.
Sure. Sure. Okay. Can I add a distinction? I would very, very much like to add a handful of bonus dice. If people are cool with that, I'm gonna add 3 of those motherfuckers. I'm also gonna blood surge. I really am worried.
How many
here.
of the bonus dice
Like
are you using?
3. 1, 2, 3. Ah, damn, I'm not hungrier, so that adds me 2 more dice. Okay, so, have I got a difficulty here, or is this just like a contested thing?
This is
or-
contested because another roll is happening
Okay.
at the same time.
Okay.
Need more dice. Hold on.
Shit. Let's make some mistakes with molten iron tonight. You guys you're not real dice. Okay, that's a good start. That's a start. I'll have to do. Okay. Hot stuff coming through.
What'd you get?
3 successes.
Okay. So, my desire in this scene is going to go off because I got 7.
That's a lot. That's so many.
The liquid metal flies in the direction of Sigismund, who doesn't flinch at all. And about 5 feet, no, closer than that. Purple tails. About a foot from his face, it just vanishes out of the air.
Oh, fuck me running.
And you notice on the opposite side, you hear a son of a bitch. As a gun gets thrown to the ground, covered in molten metal. An individual in black SWAT armor, modern body armor, stands there, with a black turtleneck underneath vest, with a pair of just pure black BDUs, web belts with gun holsters and magazines abound. A M4 just gets thrown to the ground. You can see this rather striking high cheekbone, attractive lady with shaved undercut, short hair on top. She just kind of spits as the M4 is burned away. Siggy, you're paying for that one later. Sorry, dear. I apologize. Now, if we are done dawdling, my declaration stands. And I'm going to take a very short break because I have to run up to the restroom very quickly. You can think about this.
Siggy.
I have not yet begun to dawdle. Okay, huddle up, motherfuckers. What do we do now?
Okay.
I can't. I'm over here being 17 people.
Of those 17 peoples, one of them a smooth talker?
In French, maybe.
That-
Like,
I mean, I can do the smooth talking thing, but I don't know if we can talk our way out of this one. Like, that was kind of my one gambit. I could...
We could totally talk. First of all, we haven't even tried to negotiate. You just grandstanded. Right?
I did.
Right? So we could
Power
still
move.
try and lie our asses off. Negotiate. I don't know, there's gotta be another one.
Beg for mercy?
No.
stall for time.
Stall.
Distract
Stalling's
while
good.
I do a thing? Or
Which is what I was thinking, maybe is if JD and I can distract them or something.
I mean, JD will be distracting. I don't know if it will be helpful, but
The fuck did you shout in German, by the way?
functionally it was, well, what I was going for was whippersnapper. I was old when you were young.
Delia knows German, so
Um,
that is good to
There
know.
you go.
Liz does
Yeah.
not, and Fox's is so very out of. I haven't
It's,
spoken
I
German
know
in over a
about
decade.
3 things in German, and so I'm parsing Google Translate to the best of my pronunciational ability. It's, fun.
God.
Alright. So we could try and stall. We could try and lie. Who's the most convincing? I have.
Definitely. It's
in-
definitely.
If I'm lying, I'm okay.
Oh, okay.
Let's manipulate subterfuge or persuasion?
Subterfuge is if you're lying. Persuasion's if you're just trying to no, this is a good deal and it's real and I'm not lying.
I technically
Okay.
have a 4 in both of those, but I'm
Oh no shit!
functionally
You guys are two
unhelpful
better
at the
liars than
moment.
me.
Liz is a good person.
She's kind of a good person. Is the problem?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Yeah, JD's
She's good at a lot of things. Terrible liar, turns out. But
JD
relative
is
to you guys, she's actually a very good
alright
liar.
at
But you guys are
those.
way better at it.
JD's entire thing is being a noir detective, so I've got 4 points in persuasion and 4 points in subterfuge and a specialty in fast talk and bluffing.
I mean, I could head dive some of these people too, like just
That's
kind of
right,
get
yeah.
in there.
I'm 30 miles and or 17 minutes in the opposite direction right now, so when I get back, I'm more than happy to help.
I could, I could try and work on the ritual whilst we talk and see if like I could just nonchalantly be like,
I was about to say, if I don't know,
I feel like they'd
you know your
stop
ritual better
you,
than we do.
but
If you think you can get away with it, I mean,
Hey,
I say go for it.
actually, now that we have a hot minute, mechanical and or vampire lore question: does me drinking your blood do anything? Because I don't actually know how that works.
Delia's actually the safest juice box in the lot because you
Oh,
don't
nice.
blood bond to them, or it takes double to blood bond for Tremere.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well,
So
safest.
that's functionally not a problem for JD anyways.
Yeah.
But cool.
I mean, her blood's poison, so you know it's safest in sort of. But
Sure.
yeah.
Well, your blood's what?
In season 1, I did the thing, but I haven't done it this season. Yeah, she has the Hydra's Vitae. So,
Oh, nice.
as a protection from people
okay.
chewing yet, like, you know, you have the panic possum response of your butt goo, right?
Ah, you've got black blood.
Gotcha.
Got
Okay.
it. Got
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it in the terms of
Okay.
video game,
I just
understand.
have Vitae. I just got the normal kind.
She's just a possum. Like an actual
Delightful
possum.
Also, to rewind
I
because
want
I
that
still
art, by
didn't
the
get that.
way.
What did you give JD other than we had gasoline? I feel like that was at some point.
Yeah,
Was it?
well, we gave JD gasoline to mix with their blood to mark the ley lines.
Gotcha. In a
Onto the map.
vial. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, that's where we're at. Fine. Cool. I'm back on track now. Where we are. I am. JD's not, but I know what I'm doing now.
That's fair. It's immersion.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I don't know what I'm doing, neither will JD. Winning.
Was that a fucking Chemtria? I saw.
Okay.
Cool.
No, but it was.
So
not quite
in
there
the
yet.
moment, I assume at this point. Oh,
1 second.
yeah. Okay.
As you, I also realized I wanted to point out a couple of things about her. You
Gotcha.
notice that she is wearing a couple of patches. One of which is that stylized that VCC combination. Another patch. Who has politics above a 2?
A2 or above
At
2?
2 or above, I'll accept. Okay.
3 if it's Camarilla, 4.
You both recognize Masquerade patch and a small patch that looks like a pair of scales balanced perfectly, a skull on each end. No, I'm sorry. Yeah. A skull on one side, a heart on the other. Which Camarilla would recognize as one of the symbols of the judges.
Oh wait, why did I say I have politics? I'm not paying attention.
Yeah, you're in a different place. Which, by the way, give me a willpower test.
Okay, that's just roll amount of dice equal to willpower. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Difficulty on this
willpower.
or just
No difficulty. Just roll it. You're trying to get 5.
successes total?
It's a extended test.
Gotcha. So 4 on that one.
All right. In another 5 minutes, you'll make another test. I don't want to assume.
I assume
The dice
at this
curse
point,
may
off from
strike.
the side somewhere, there is a gunshot as JD fires a round directly into the wall, while yelling, "You shape-shifting varmint, get the fuck off of my porch!"
I drop the ladle with a loud clang as my whole back goes up.
And that is why I never have a Malkavian on my team. That's exactly why.
Well, your distrust and clearly understanding how unreliable a Malkavian is, why would you think we have any idea that we can help you?
Because I know that you can help me. I've done my research. Dolores Dietz. I know all about you.
Then you should know I am categorically isolated and unloved. People don't like me
That's
very
true.
much, so I don't know.
The few friends that you do have are very important to my job. Also, your name is on my list.
The people who deserve a raise?
No.
No?
No. So, I'm going to have my friends come in to assist me in convincing you if I must. Snaps his fingers. And there's like 6 spokes of the wheel to walk into this place in. Each entryway is darkened by a new silhouette. Each one in tactical gear. Each one with a variety of patches showing off their not so covert alliances. You notice that the Ventru Camarilla patch is on each of them. But all of them have a different signifier where the first one, the one who moved very quickly, her patch had a judge symbol on it. You see another one that is a French-style crown wreathed in black. You see a rampant lion clutching a sword on another one. And, let's see. Yeah. There's one that is a wolf's head. And one that looks similar to a stylized version of the Iron Mask mentioned in Alexandre Dumas' The Man in the Iron Mask. Contorted in a tragedy face. That one's wearing a mask. All the others, exposed faces. You can see communications, small headsets that adhere to the cheek, and a single earpiece in each. All of them armed in a variety of ways, all of them looking very intent. The one with the crown on its vest stands the one closest to Sigismund. The shadows kind of gripping around them a little bit tighter. I don't travel alone.
There's like a beat, and then I kind of like look around at all these people, and just very good, very nice. This theater is very impressive. You know, you had me worried for a minute. You'll have to forgive me and my associates here, especially the one who's it's a little preoccupied at the moment. You have to understand, on the drive over here, we were attacked by, like, get this, like, these masked Cobra Commander looking motherfuckers on Kawasaki Ninjas driving down the road. We have been a little tense all night. I'd like to back up and apologize for the whole hot metal to the face thing. That was a mistake. So you have to understand, we thought you were going to come in here and, like, rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat, like we're just gunned down and dead, and then off with the heads. Thought it was gonna be a whole thing, but this theater is something. Wow. Okay. The prince, huh? You're looking for the prince. Oh.
I mean, do
You
you
know, I wish I
remember
could
that
help you.
scene though? Ian McShane? Miss Perkins, your membership to the Continental has been by thine own hand revoked. I mean, it's just relevant here for no reason.
Exactly. I throw an arm around JD. It's like, guys, this guy fucking gets it.
Sorry, who are you?
Oh, me. I am wounded, JD. It is I, Elizabeth T. Mueller, Esquire, proprietress of Bedlam. You really should come, darling. You'll kill on improv night.
Did me and my friends from NYU get drunk there? Because I feel like we did. Like last week?
He pulls out a pad from inside his jacket, opens it up. Ah, yes, I did have a note about a Toreador.
Oh, not just any Toreador, honey. The most exclusive, connected, and in the know Toreador that ever did know what you know.
Yeah.
You know? So,
Who's your
we can all
sire?
calm down.
Just curious.
Jean Brebois.
Ah.
We haven't spoken in some time.
Oh, you're not the Toreador I was told to look out for. So your name again? I'm sorry, I'm not acquainted at all.
Well, it's a pity. We should get far more familiar, and I want to look into this guy's head.
Ah.
Slightly off to one side, just.
That's nice. I should.
Okay. I forgot to open up the other book quickly. Hope. One.
Quite
moment,
all right.
There are a lot
please.
of books, fair.
Is there are so many books?
One moment.
Too many books.
Hold.
Okay.
Please hold.
Hold.
A representative will be with you
I
shortly.
don't like these representatives. I would like to hang up and try again.
What page was that on?
That was on page 122 of VTR.
Got it. All right.
Yeah, the roll is,
Okay, so-
intelligence, insight, aspects minus the resolve.
Nice.
This is gonna be -4.
Okay,
Do you want some bonus
checks
dice?
out.
I'm gonna
Should I roll
spend
willpower while this is happening?
It's nice.
2 beast to increase
spend
that by
bonus dice
1.
now.
So make it -5.
Jiminy crickets. Okay.
dice. Take dice.
Yeah. Where are we at? We got like like 7.
Take-
Great. I'm
yeah,
taking
we're good.
3. I'm just gonna spend 3 more bonus dice here.
Do it.
It's cool. Yeah. I'm also gonna fucking blood surge. That's gonna be a thing I fucking do.
Good.
Not hungry. Awesome.
Hell
So
yeah.
let's go ahead and scoop up 2 more. And there we
Hey,
go.
look,
Buy these dice
all
back.
you need to know is it won't have any consequences for at least another couple months.
Oh, here's your one chance, Fancy. Don't let me down.
Oh boy.
Also, while this is happening, I need Delia and JD I need Delia and JD to make wits awareness tests. JD, though, is going to take a difficulty penalty equal to his Bane severity.
Okay, that's 3. Fair enough.
Is there a negative?
And then it's a difficulty 2 on top of that.
On top of okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Bane severity just stacks on top of whatever difficulty I've already said. So,
That's super fun. Oh,
Oh,
I'm
no.
hungry. That's 2 dice.
messy crit. Oh, I love it.
Oh.
I fucking
Good. I didn't
I
messy
almost
crit,
got
but I
through
got
the
it.
season.
Now this is a good time to do it, if any. Should I roll
Yeah, I'm glad I
willpower
got
too,
mine out of the way
Conrad?
earlier.
and we'll get to the willpower roll. No. JD is currently mid fugue state
Mhm.
while this is happening.
Yep.
So we'll get to when that willpower test is going to happen. It's probably going to be round 2 of whatever's coming up next. Liz, though.
Fair.
3 successes.
Yeah, it took some doing, but I got there.
2 successes for the awareness, by the way. 3
Okay.
State. It's a lot of stats.
You read that Sigismund here is he has the mind of an individual that is so firmly set upon their way that their surface and their subconscious mind are arrogantly in sync. This is going to be quick. Once Etienne is done, we can just go to the prince. You get an image of Etienne, a individual standing to Sigismund's right. Shadows playing about the body. That's when Delia notices. Delia's shadow moves of its own accord as the hand reaches up off the ground towards Delia's leg. I suggest Delia respond in the most vampiric way possible to represent said messy critical.
Panic is just lashing out of the mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, in the way her mind works, it's very physical. And her TK is not refined, it's not directed, it's an explosion outward force from her. No! And pushes out in just the spear.
So the working table in front of you goes flying.
My stuff.
The burner was set up far enough away that it's not going to be touched. But the prepared vessel that you was going to receive your the next phase clatters to the ground. The weight hits the ground. The scales smash to the ground. You'll have to check to see if they're broken later. Please rouse. As a shock wave pushes outward, Delia even popping up off the ground. The shadow distorting as she does. JD also saw that in the moment, but I feel that Delia's reaction kind of superseded.
JD opened his mouth and then went about 7 feet to the left horizontally, I think, is about what happened. And then kind of, like, crumpled on the ground and rolled, probably, like, since he was heading towards, like, the Texaco map, like stumbles and falls and trips and kind of ends up somewhere around, like, Oklahoma.
Liz gets shoved a little forward, being at the edge of the blast. As we are now, as weapons get shouldered or readied by this little Camarilla crew, we need to roll initiative.
I wish Sloan was here.
I tried, gang.
Initiative is...
It's that messy crit that kicks things off.
It really does. Initiative is Dex. What now? Composure?
It's your dex plus your composure plus a singular d10 roll, and you're adding the face of that d10 roll to that number.
Gotcha.
Damn.
It's 8 and above, not 7, right?
Oh,
Oh, wrong tube.
one moment.
Alright, so you roll a d10 and then your wits composure separately, and it's how many successes you get in wits nope.
No.
I got it mixed around. I've done this how many times? Why am I forgetting?
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me get you the exact calculation. I may have even said it wrong myself.
Yeah, I thought it was,
Hold on. Let me just read it out again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nah.
I thought you just add dex.
Wait. Rather than putting out the other thing, it's dex plus your composure. You roll 1d10.
Okay.
Add the face of that number to those two added together.
To your successes.
Yeah.
Cool.
No successes, no, you know.
Oh. Nope. Gotcha.
Yep.
Cool. Oh, yep.
There you go. This is the way I like initiative done. At least as far as calculation goes for World of Darkness games. Okay. JD.
Yes.
What'd you get?
15.
Ooh. Delia.
12?
Liz.
13. I'm a sandwich.
Oh.
Well, to be fair, the other end of that sandwich isn't really all there, so it's more like an open face.
Don't open your face. Or do open your face. Or wait, I'm very confused. I hope I don't die.
Hey, look, it's
Dove
just
into his
guns.
mind. It was. I burned a will point, and it's like, hey, there's someone in the shadows. Oh, you figured that out already, huh? Okay. Cool.
Bad touch.
Oh, no.
Listen.
You know the source of said shadows, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing about... You know exactly which one.
Lazwambi.
Let's see if anybody can interrupt this here situation. They will.
Cool.
Of course the judge
I hope
will.
somebody faster
They get
than
to add their celerity to this. Oh, Fox, you can
don't you
add
have
your celerity
celerity,
if you rouse. You just...
Yeah, that was, well, so it's weird, because it's like, you do it, but then you know what, fuck it, actually, yes. In this particular situation, let's go ahead and rouse.
And
Okay.
then for the first turn, you will also benefit from your celerity for the rest of that turn.
Nice.
So yes, bump my initiative up by 2 then, so that becomes,
Or 15.
15, yes.
Which, because you have celerity, puts you above JD.
Yes.
Nice.
Boom.
You know.
But we're gonna have one go ahead of you here, so. Okay, and let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I Tori abhor this situation.
Fair.
5. Ooh. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah. Thanos. There's Thanos.
There's a lot of math going on over there, and I don't like.
There's a
any
lot of
it.
people who are trying to fuck us up.
Yeah, we're outnumbered and potentially out. Well, I mean, outgunned on my front. All I've got is this little.
Well,
I don't like gunfire. Just
All right.
every time someone shoots me, it's always with sulfate rounds.
So first activation's on my end. The judge will activate first,
That checks out.
as they're gonna nip num. I apologize. The judge, in a blur and a buffet of air, strikes out and rushes for Delia, attempting to cut her down. She has a blade in her hand, one of those hooked dropping dice blades.
That's the sound of Delia's body hitting the
It's
floor
got a-
unceremoniously.
It's got a small ring. It's got a small ring on the back, and as she closes her hand, it hooks out in a
Oh,
talon.
I love those.
It curves away from her wrist.
I hope that's not coded.
I love
We'll
the stringy
see.
knife.
Fox told me stories. That's why we wear clothes. All the clothes.
What's
yeah, clothes are very
Delia's
important.
defense?
E. And the lowest of my dex wits?
Yep.
That is a 2.
I will remove 2 dice. It's a karambit is the name of the type of dagger. Oh dear.
I'm gonna die.
Oh,
Yay.
we're all going to die fantastically quickly.
So that's gonna be 5
Is it what type? She asks with hope in her voice.
superficial.
So you have that, right?
Yes, but I need you to make a Constitution save.
Okay.
A D&Dism there. I need you to make.
Stamina something or other?
Let me double check it.
Also, do we round up or down? So is it 2 or 3?
Round down.
Okay. Thank you.
Give me 1 second. Do. Stamina plus occult.
Gives me something.
And I need to roll strength blood sorcery.
The phrase you love to hear.
What'd you get?
That's not a good face.
3?
Okay.
Listen, I've seen their dice rolls so far.
That beats
Yeah.
my 2. So no aggravated damage.
Cool.
Oh no, wait. It's non-halved superficial damage for you. Okay, so no extra damage.
Okay.
Kindred deal with Scorpion's touch differently
I
than
was about to ask a thing.
mortals. Mortals just die.
Uh.
Kindred gets slowed.
Yeah,
Mortals just die. Fair.
I melted a ghoul
It's
once.
right there in the name.
So she comes in and she lacerates Delia's back with about 4 different cuts that happen in the span of a moment.
Does it splash out?
Is that reflexive that you can do that?
I don't know. We changed it recently because of our current thing.
Which are you using?
Normally she has Scorpion's Touch. We changed it to Hydra's Vitae.
What book?
It's a 2-dot ritual. She says, knowing that does not answer your question.
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
Self-aware.
Oh, okay.
Because we used it one
Yeah,
way in the beginning
yeah.
of season 1, so I didn't know.
I'm aware. Hold
Okay.
on.
I'm also aware I'm not helpful.
Who said you're not helpful?
I didn't have the page number.
Please.
I'm not helpful either.
I just have to open up the right. Oh, what the hell is it? Pardon.
Ooh, nice.
It's the sound of scorpion touch.
It's deadly, terrifying, kind of funny briefly, but real bad.
It
Don't let
was not
like-
when we
hit
cooked
It's
that
like an
woman.
awkward duck cough. Like, what is that?
ya. Awkward duck cough?
Yeah.
I guess I haven't heard of ducks
It's
coughing.
not that one.
Neither have I, so that makes two of us.
Give more ducks bronchitis, I suppose.
Yeah.
I think
South.
Take it from cake and put it in a duck. Like, you don't need that.
Yeah, Cake, what are you bogarting for? Give that to a duck. Give you a duck's lungs.
Oh, I don't know where this is. I thought it was one place. Nope, found it. Ha 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 ha.
Ah!
Nice.
Oh, okay. You have to do that. You have to like prep that well ahead of time. You have to like declare that you're doing that for the night.
No, because I used the instant one in season 1. I thought okay, it's fine.
No, I'll have it set up already. I said in that I meant.
Oh, okay.
I'll work it out.
That's fine. I don't
Never
mind.
No, it's all right.
I keep hitting this. Damn it, Robert. I hope it's a pleasant sound.
It rings very nicely.
Okay,
It's kind of bell-like.
poisonous. So if it's consumed, is one of the main things. You can make it poisonous.
Maybe I'm thinking. I was just thinking of when we melted.
Yeah, you're
Helen.
thinking of it's just blood splatter isn't going to do it. You have to actually intentfully put it on somebody and enact it that way.
Okay.
All right, next activation. Okay. It is you, 2 of you.
Do you want to try and come out of it?
I mean, sure. I can try. It's probably a good time.
You're at
Okay,
4,
this
so
Yeah.
This would be a great time for you to, snap back to the present.
join us.
Yeah, I mean, we might as well. If willpower test is gonna happen, we should probably get that done sooner rather than later. Yeah. I don't know if that's this round or round 2, because Connery mentioned that earlier.
All right, roll it.
Alrighty.
Willpower.
Three.
All right.
Hey.
JD's fugue has come under control.
Cool.
So you may act normally.
For JD.
So Jade, well, so JD is going to kind of, from where he's sitting, sort of like start to like clamber back up from getting blasted over by TK a little bit earlier, and then slips, vomits onto his hand, like blood just spattering the ground, and then sort of shakily raises the gun, points it at somebody who isn't the two of Delia and Liz, and shoots.
Okay. I'm going to roll, since there's 6 of them, I'm just going to roll. I have a d6 on hand, so I'm just going to roll a d6.
Perfect.
Handy.
It's not a, this is the first time I've rolled a d6 in a vampire situation.
Well,
Sometimes you got 6 vampires and they're being bad.
You
sometimes you're
aim at
coming
the
out
one
of
with the
fugue state.
wolf on his patch.
Awesome. Fuck that guy. Cool.
You can blow up that Dracula. I'd really appreciate
I
it.
gotta roll fire. I've gotta roll shooty
Yes.
shoot.
Composure firearms, please.
Oh, sweet. 2, 3. 1, 2. Extra blood surge.
Firearms
Difficulty?
does not confer defense bonus, so go to
Yes.
town.
Difficulty?
No difficulty,
No
because there's no
difficulty? Cool.
defense.
Excellent. My composure is higher than
Unless
my
you have
dex.
celerity, you don't get defense against firearms. Bullets move fast.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I've
Blood
heard that
surge
about
rouse test. We're fine. Alright. Chill 1 of 2 hunger die. Cool. 1, 2.
What do we got?
3, 4, 5. 5 with the dragon's breath and another dragon's breath messy crit.
Oh!
Starting to feel like I'm underachieving here. Damn, y'all.
Yeah, yay!
Fire it up.
JD
Or maybe burn.
glares at the nearest target. If anyone could see his face, since currently he's looking away from Liz and Delia, they would see the most contorted visage of kindred rage and pain possible made by a Malkavian. Fangs fully bared, mouth, chin, cheeks covered in viscera. Eyes, black sclera with a red pit in the middle. As this round explodes out of the end of the challenger.
Into a gout of flame. It's the contender.
Yeah. So Dragon's Breath, it doesn't turn a shotgun into a flamethrower so much as it spits a bunch of highly flammable particles into the
No.
air. So when
Yep.
shotguns get fired, there's a cloud of gun smoke as pellets fly out. When this goes off, you get to see the pellets because they're burning. And that spout of gun smoke ignites. As the rounds slam into the chest, causing 5 angry points of aggravated
5
damage.
angry points.
And since it's a messy
5
crit,
angry damage.
and since it's a messy crit, it ignites.
Yep.
And where once was standing a Gangrel murder squad member preparing themselves to enter into the fray is now a burning and... Just 1 second. Frenzying.
Yep.
Gangrel. On fire across their right side, running from the pavilion into the darkness, screeching and roaring in rage, pain, and fear.
In a bit of leftover from the shatter as JD comes out of it, that whole contorted face and the eyes, you just hear like dredged up from the depths of a set of lungs and like wrung out in dust and time is just, come along, let me show you.
All right. As JD
Welcome
takes a
back.
very terrifying turn, you have another activation.
Mostly.
Thoughts?
My first thing is going to be to try to tackle the person on top of you. So if you've got something you'd rather do about it, feel free. Otherwise, I'm going to go for broke.
Go for it.
Okay, cool. Celerity being what it is, as this motherfucker's running up and wailing on my friend, it's not even a full beat later before Delia. I'm Liz. You're Delia. As Liz springs, recoiling after the recoil from the TK blast, and is a fucking flowery streak towards Delia's assailant, just kind of throwing her body on top of this person, to try and like grab them and use the momentum of her dash to pull this person away from Delia.
The judge?
Yeah, I believe that's who's on top of Delia.
All right, so this is going to be a strength brawl test.
Yeah,
I will allow you to use your celerity on this, though, seeing as that you're specifically going out of your way to use your speed to your advantage. I will allow those dice to get put in there.
That's handy, because that's 1 for my strength, and then I don't have any brawl, and then 2 celerity go in.
You have 7 bonus dice right now.
Please partake.
I would love to partake of these 7 bonus dice. I'm just gonna keep taking 3 until somebody tells me not to.
Goodbye.
That'll put me up to 5.
Goodbye, dice.
Go.
And,
Enjoy. Have fun.
We're gonna do a little blood surging, see if I can't push that a bit harder. Thank God I still don't get hungry. I'm right in that line though. Okay, there we go. There's some fucking dice. There's some fucking difficulty or
their
or
defense
or whatever
is a 6 right now.
Clearly, we're not the same kind of witch.
So there we go.
Oh,
This
no!
is what we're rolling. Oh, actually, wait, hang on. That's the wrong color. Here's the blood die I'll be fucking rolling.
Oh, Christ. Messy crit.
Aha! Nope.
Crit. Damn.
I mean, I could burn willpower to re-roll it, but I have 2 of those left.
Oh, that's not good.
I feel like I shouldn't do that just yet.
Liz runs in for the mother of all spears as the judge, she sidesteps as Liz is making contact, grabs Liz around the torso and rotates with the momentum, releasing. Liz not able to get a proper grip, just careens past and tumbles to the ground, sliding across upstate New York.
Cool.
My 20's all over again.
Perfect.
Well, that was my shot in the dark.
Next activation.
There's a lot of shooting in the dark tonight.
Next activation. With a similar speed. The one with the lion bearing a sword on its... This placing themselves higher than their brethren Bruja is going to rush JD.
That's fair. That checks out.
That's how we thought it was. Yeah.
That's reasonable.
What's JD's defense? This is a melee attack.
How do I find that again?
It's the lowest of your dex or wits.
2. It's not great.
Twins!
Yay!
Yay!
Yay, nerds!
We are the nerd squad.
It's truly.
So that's going to be...
Fair. Fair.
It's going to be 4 superficial damage.
Mm-hmm.
As JD, who's standing up with this pistol, gets clotheslined at speed. That arm, that lariat coming across the chest, reaching up around the collarbone, as this Bruja just follows through, and JD, his head bounces off the Hudson Valley.
Yeah, that checks out. Cool. So that's 4 of my 5 health.
As he
Let's do it.
actually, well, it's superficial damage, so you
Okay.
half sources
Oh, I
of
have
superficial damage.
Gotcha. So that's 2
It's just he
of my
specifically
health.
went for a knockdown in that, so now JD is on his ass.
Well, that's more considerate than I would have been. Fair enough.
The next activation is yours.
That's all you, Delia.
Delia goes.
You got it.
You're gonna have to stake me and leave me for the dawn, because this will continue. And she's going to use the TK to smear the smattering of JD's blood that he had coughed up across the ley lines, and where her blood has trickled into a puddle down her back, start pushing the blood along the map of New York.
You're spending your action to push the ritual forward. Okay.
Thank you for seeing the combo move. Thank you.
Make
Good.
that rouse test to use your
Hungry.
movement of the mind.
Okay. Yeah.
Still hovering slightly above the ground after the get the fuck off of me.
I'd like to blood surge,
Okay.
Fair.
which
I mean,
I'm
I
okay.
would.
Yay.
You don't have to roll to make this. This is a cinematic thing.
Oh, I
So
was
don't
assuming...
don't blood surge.
Okay, sorry. I was assuming you'd make me roll for it.
No.
Okay.
That's the simple smearing of blood along ley lines. Delia's very, very familiar with this map. The way she studies. What's your academics at?
2 with a bonus in research.
What's your occult at?
Oh. 4 with psychoenergetics.
Yeah, you understand how ley
lines.
lines work.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make you roll that one. You're taking 5, essentially, is the way I'm looking at it. As it smears out. Next activation. The Ventru activates and stands there, putting away the notebook and adjusting the jacket, rebuttoning that middle button. And that's his activation.
I hate him, but it's so cinematic.
I hate
So
love.
good.
There's just it's that long shot with the chaos going around in the foreground and him just
It's all the energy of an exasperated sigh as you fix your shirt. You're like,
Yep.
Yep.
I'll be
Oh,
there in a
so
minute.
good.
next activation. Liz.
Yeah.
So Liz is in near the pavilion entrance where the judge rushed in from.
Hmm.
But taking 3 steps forward from the opposite direction, the Le Sombre looks into that alcove. And from those shadows, 4 tendrils of shade lash out and attempt to grapple Liz.
Buy me a drink first.
What's Liz's
Okay.
defense?
At present, thanks to all the celerity, it is a 5.
Ooh.
Way better than mine.
She goes, "Pow." She likes to make the noises when she goes.
JD goes.
JD
No, I
go
like your
thud.
big boom. More big exploding fire death kill, please.
2. All right.
Fire and
The
water
grapple
burn
is
and
successful
everything.
as the tendrils whip around Liz's legs and start pulling her towards that alcove along the ground. Liz's nails scarring across the Great
Yes.
Lake in the north. Oh, the Finger Lakes, actually, specifically.
How appropriate. The coincidence is lost on Liz at the moment, who's just screaming and flailing around for her gun.
Next activation, the Nosferatu disappears.
Ugh.
Fading from sight.
I miss our Nosferatu.
So,
Me too.
I have more activations.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
That fire out in the night as that Gangrel rushes in the distance, full on Rostrek taking over. The fire gets brighter. The screaming gets louder. And you swear amongst the roar of the flames, you hear the titter of a little girl. You hear a crunch and a scream. And from above, the flapping of leathery wings. And that Nosferatu that you saw disappear falls twisted and mangled from the rafters, smashing down somewhere in Nassau County.
Probably the Coliseum.
When the little girl laughter echoes throughout the palisade, Jay just goes, looks like it's a Wednesday, and then like ow from the ground.
The Ventrue is forced to duck, rush in, and move away as revolver fire forces him to leave his little alcove. Revolver fire from behind. And across in the shadows where Liz is being dragged towards, a very large individual carrying a hammer, a meat tenderizing hammer, and a butcher's cleaver, swings down and cleaves the shadow. Liz's feet being released.
Ah, ha ha ha! Oh, you're a sight for sore eyes. The fuck are you?
Just as JD looks up, there's a moment where the Bruja turns around looking like he's going to reach down to grab JD by the collar. And an axe buries into the head. From a distance, the axe buries into the head of the Bruja. Body dropping to the ground on top of JD.
Yep.
Walking in, humming lightly. The Ventrue looking about in a panic. No, it's you. You're taken care of. No! As walking in with cylinder out and rounds being loaded in, Adamska walks up the aisle, closes. It's very rare night when Nikolai must march. As for, as you hear childish laughter and of a flamethrower in the distance.
Angel.
Oh, you fucked up this time, Armani.
From underneath the brouhaha, muffled is, I'm apologizing now for calling you a pistol shrimp. I'll explain it later.
Adamska looks towards Delia. Please, finish what it is you are doing. I and my Irish friend here will take care of the rest. As you look up, and there is a giant man-bat thing screeching from above, looking down. This is what happens when you make good friends in a vampire game. Okay? Burn your bridges, and things go terribly.
And the bridges will burn you as
Make
per
the right
our
friends, and
Scoopy
this
Scourge.
kind of stuff happens.
You get to borrow dragon's breath from that one.
All right. We'll say we're into a chaotic, everyone takes their turn, no specific order necessary. I want to know what Delia, Liz, and JD are up to. What is swirling about them right now is a Camarilla hit squad tangling with 4 manifestations of the Nikolai and a fully protean shifted monstrosity, specifically, if I remember correctly, where's the name of it? This is the where are you? No, not you, not you. Why is it all the way at the bottom?
Folks. This right here, folks.
Xavier,
feels
right?
Like GM all the time.
It's the monstrous bat form of Xavier, or at least the line of Xavier. The big difference on this thing though is that its hair, its mane, is a bright red.
Oh, redhead man.
Classy.
So we'll start with JD.
JD, I think, like, rolls the brouhaha off of him with some difficulty. And then kind of, like, clambers to his feet, reloading the contender, and then goes and just yells across, Delia, what next?
Gasoline!
Oh, right. Like, we'll start doing the gasoline thing.
And Liz, now released from the shadow tendrils.
Rolls, like, was kind of, like, sliding on her back. She just kind of, in the midst of her laughter, like, very abruptly stops, rolls over, and as she does, like, reaches down and just tears the edge of her skirt so that she can move a little faster, and braces her feet, like, into some part of, I don't know any of the geography of New York, so I can't be as cool as you, but she just digs her feet down in Utica or something, and poof, it's off like a flash.
That is upstate New York.
Yeah,
Leaving-
congrats.
That's very appropriate.
Yeah.
Look,
Thank you,
you're gonna-
Simpsons.
You're gonna do better than me. I forgot it was only a map of New York and said Oklahoma. You're fine.
You're a Malkavian. You get confused. It's understandable. These
Yeah,
things
yeah, but
happen.
I'm not a Malkavian.
Well, That remains to be proven, honestly.
Well, you know.
So, but as she like celerities like in dust, like we see like her heels go flying behind her as she abandons them very quickly, and just appears harried and ragged next to Delia's side, the ladle in hand. Measuring. I spent some of it. Do we need more?
Do you have any of it left?
I mean, like, there would still be some in the pot. Yeah,
There's absolutely enough in the pot. It was one ladle full. You just need to coat the master lock, is what you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's just like over there, like helping you to like pull the thing, the table back into position.
Okay. And Delia.
Along with her friend, pulling the poor knocked around base and looks in. Is there any vitae left in it since it's been knocked over?
So vases, coconut specifically, tend to be a little bit more cupped.
There's a lip
towards the top. So there's actually a decent amount in there. The fact that the bird's wing helped absorb a lot of it.
Oh, that's gonna taste great. That's fantastic. Good. Okay.
This is going to be more of a chew action than a drink action, I want to let you know.
Oh, you have no idea. Yeah. So she slaps that down.
When did this turn into Dagashi Devils?
Well,
It's DIY!
Alright, great. Over the base. Scale. On the grate. Wait, did you see the lock?
It is
like
nearby,
it's
you're able to
scrambling
pick it up.
It's just in an instant. Boom! It's on the table.
Okay. I'll try not to pour molten metal on me. I'm gonna try and counterbalance this. Drop it in. Count to 10 each time.
No promises. Okay, here we go. And
Okay.
starts ladling the metal.
We're going to do a roll for this now.
Oh boy.
I'm excited. I hope
Okay.
you're excited, because I'm excited.
The anime opener played while the Scourge came
Uh-huh.
in. Like, during the
Oh, yeah.
show.
Oh, the theme song?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep.
1000%.
For some reason, the only like song in my head that works for that is the one about like undead space Nazis, because anime is weird. I don't fucking remember.
I need from Liz
Yeah.
Dex,
No.
No.
Athletics.
No.
Hate this.
I will also accept Composure, Athletics.
Okay, it's better. That's slightly better. There we go.
You need a steady hand, whether it's through
Yep.
dexterous manual dexterity or the ability to remain calm while pouring. It needs to be one of those.
That's totally cool.
I will
Alright,
accept
composure,
athletics or survival.
Athletics it is then.
Dice, 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 dice.
Yeah.
How are we on?
We got 6.
Doesn't matter. Okay,
You
do it.
got 6.
6. All right. I'd like to grab 2 of those.
Yep, that was don't worry, that was both a reminder and a plea to chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're gonna go ahead and just keep on blood surging every fucking time I roll dice. Quite frankly, 'cause it still keeps working out. Hot diggity shit. All right. I've got my dice pool assembled. Difficulty?
Difficulty. Due to the situation going on around you, the difficulty is 3.
That's fair.
Okay, that's not too bad.
The madness of the scene as
Those dice I added go away.
as Liz begins to pour out of the corner of her eye, she sees a skipping UFO Lolita dress,
Oh Christ.
but they usually
hug,
aren't
very good.
attached to flamethrower tanks on the back.
I don't know. We've
They are.
seen one UFO Gothic Lolita dress in this campaign, and it is always attached to a flamethrower. So
No,
I don't
she
know what
wasn't
you're
at
on
the
about.
time.
Yeah, true. Elysium,
That's
she
what
left
I'm
it
saying,
at
this is-
home.
That's fair. No, that's fair. That's fair.
This is both my first episode and my last episode. I love this fucking bookend. And besides, if you've never seen that before, you should check out Drag Knight 2. 2 successes. Thank Christ.
2 successes. The pouring is steady. Now let's check Delia's will working.
Boy.
Oh, no, wait.
Huh.
put 2 dice to the side for Delia.
Okay.
JD!
Yeah.
I need a composure or dexterity, whichever you feel is most important for a steady pour of gasoline.
Gotcha.
Oh, what was he supposed to be doing with the gasoline again? I need to be reminded.
You're mixing it. Ideally, it was supposed to be pre-mixed within the vitae as you trace the ley lines, but we'll just have to overlap it this time.
Mm-hmm. So he has to trace the ley lines with the... Okay.
Yeah.
So then that's going to be dex or composure, and add in either occult or... I'll take an investigative eye on this one, knowing what to look for on the map.
Cool.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
Blood search for that too. Not hungry. Cool.
We're alive!
Farewell. Goodbye. I thought we were gonna have to fight Nikolai again, and that was concerning.
I had created contingency plans for how to change the ritual in my head. Going back to plan A is weird, but that's what yo-yos do.
I was fully expecting to have to be like, woohoo, song and dance, Delia, either run or do the ritual hella fast, woohoo!
Bright side is we had a judge with a scale patch. That was going to be the place I was going to swap the actual physical scale for the judge.
Oh, smart.
That's good thinking.
MacGyver occultism.
I mean, that's just occultism, really. It's
If
a
I had
wonderfully
been-
Hellblazer approach.
If I had been lucid, JD would have offered to blood bond to the Ventru if he left the two of them alone to take him to the prince.
Oh,
Buddy.
oh, I love these AUs.
It's fine. He can't be bonded.
Yeah. No, it's a good point. Shit. Fuck.
Specialty in bluff. It's why it's important. Because JD has pulled that trick at least once before.
Okay. Sorry about that. Difficulty 2.
He's a really good singer.
Difficulty 2. Alrighty. In that case, we'll take those out, and then we'll roll the blood dice first. Okay, they were chill. They were very chill. It was great. Bless. Ooh, these were extremely not chill in a good way. Okay.
Love to be hot.
6.
Add 6 more dice.
Oh.
I'm gonna tap
I
into
am a
my
calm
fucking
and
cortex
collected
pool soon.
motherfucker when I'm not in the 13th century.
That's fair. I don't know how effective I'd be in the 13th century.
It's time for Delia to work.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Intelligence. Occult. Plus your helper dice.
Can I also blood search?
You can blood search for all your pools.
Okay.
That's a rule that always counts.
Okay. I need to use threshold dice. Is this using...
There's gonna be difficulties.
Yes. Is
so-
this a... Does this count as a discipline?
No. This
Okay.
is a
Then it
ritual.
wouldn't benefit from the potency. Okay.
Bonus dice. We've got 8.
I'll take them.
Difficulty 5.
That's really difficult.
How many bonus dice are you taking?
Are you okay with me taking 3?
Go nuts. I've done it like 3
Do it.
times.
Okay.
I mean, this is what we're here for. Do it.
It didn't fit in my hands. It's too big.
So many dice.
This is a target number
Jeez.
test, by the way, too. You have a threshold that you need to pass.
Hold on. There's a lot of zeros.
Oh,
I love zeros.
I like to hear that. That's a good here.
0 to
Were they
0
on the
no time
100 dice,
flat.
though?
No, they aren't this time.
God bless.
Yeah.
Messy critical the ritual. Oh, no.
You
This
know.
is a difficulty 5 ritual, at least.
So I'm rerolling 5 because I got zeros, and then I'm gonna spend willpower to reroll 3.
Yes.
I didn't tell you the actual
I don't care.
final thresholds, but
I
yeah, go
don't-
for it.
don't
Yeah,
want to know.
might get
Go
this done in
for
one
broke.
working. Jesus.
9.
Nice.
9.
I will see the dawn, or I
You're
will see it done.
So close.
Oh, come on.
You need one more.
Can you burn more? Can you burn more willpower on one turn? Is that
Nope.
the thing you can do? No. Okay.
But
Damn.
the working isn't done. It just means that it will continue. So what's Delia's process? this.
Once the lock has fully been coated, encrusted in the weight, and the balance kept separate, lock comes off, scale can go, lock gets crushed, and it's gonna be the topper to the vitae, the birdwing, and it's gonna require a synchronization with whoever's gonna ignite those ley lines. As she's sitting there shaking the shit inside it. That's a Laffy Taffy, Banana Taffy time you hear tinkering in there. It's fine. I'm sure it helps. I have to,
Let's just.
yeah,
Drink
this, but
Okay.
someone's gotta light the fire.
Lighter. Like, it just pulls out the lighter she's been using all season, flicks it open.
Mm-hmm. On 3?
3. 1, 2, 3. And just hurls the lighter at the gasoline.
I want to add that JD also does the same thing, so that fire races towards the center from both ends. That's pretty.
The fumes from the poured gasoline ignite in a trail. A ley line network of veins crisscrosses the geography of New York State, the great map. In the center, Delia stands, drinking a slurry of vitae soaked unidentified bird wing feathers and cooling metal shards. By the way, take a point of lethal damage, please.
Yes.
As you chug this, chew it down. It burns. Gets caught as the hot metal sticks and cauterizes along the esophagus on its way down. I don't know if anybody's burned themselves on a stove and had your skin stick for a moment before you pull your hand away. That's happening on the inside of Delia's throat right now as she chokes it down and concentrates. There's a heartbeat felt by all present, in unison, like a great timpani drum was struck within the chest of each kindred. You physically are forced to take a step as the thrum hits. And keeping with that heartbeat rhythm, as the sound leaves your ears, You hear that rhythm is being echoed as the fight has begun to calm down. The Nikolai and their red cap compatriot, having subdued this Ventru Justicar grouping, that rhythm strikes above the clamor. The sound of a cane striking off the flagstones. From the alley behind, from the entryway behind the Ventru, where the Ventru is seeking cover, Adamska standing there, pistol trained on the Ventru filled with a few holes. Messes of blood where kneecaps once sat. Suit ruined. On the ground. Pistol pointed down. A wooden spoon bounces and clatters along the ground towards the center. Walking with a cane in a ridiculous purple suit, Curtis makes his way into the pavilion. You really could have picked a better implement, Liz.
I believe it was delivered to you by royal decree.
Point noted. He looks like hell. His face is drawn close to his skin. His skin drawn close to his skull. His eyes sunken, looking like a decades-old desiccated corpse. His teeth his teeth are exposed at all times as his mouth can't fully close. His lips are so drawn. So his normal jovial smile is made that much more wicked. As he looks down at the Ventru. This is why you bet on the underdog. Looks up at Delia. Viva Revolution. Finish it, please. You can make the last roll now. Same roll as before. Intelligence occult. To finish the working.
Six.
There's another thrum. This one takes hold. Every kindred present feels weightless for a moment. There's even a feeling of disconnect. Like burning a picture of a loved one who's passed away. A memory fading on a metaphysical level. As every blood bond connection that is felt is torched with a suffusion of Tremere will across the state. This is felt. The Ventru on the ground, looking about confused and shocked and in pain. Everyone has a moment of pause. And then everything feels normal again. And there is a silence. As even the two sides, the Camarilla loyalist crew and the collection of Nikolai and Redcap, their brawl slows. Everyone looks around. The Ventru looks up at Delia. Sigismund's eyes wide. What have you done?
I would like to extract my payment for services now. Her eyes dart over to Curtis nervously.
He looks over. Name your price.
She edges a little closer to the Ventru, almost nervously stepping forward, looking down. Apologize. Apologize.
The Ventru's looking around, confused.
She didn't fucking stutter, shithead.
She says it again, but command is behind it. Apologize!
Oh. Okay. I need you to make a... Let's see.
My old lady.
If you're putting command into this? Damn.
Oh boy.
I have it written down.
Oh yeah, it's charisma plus dominate.
It is for dominate. I have intelligence plus intimidation plus dominate versus resolve blood potency. Because this is Requiem.
Yeah. Okay. I just double check quick.
Yeah, please do. I've been through many a cheat sheet this game.
Yeah, it's a straight up contested. All right. Let's go.
Blood search. Hungry.
That makes sense.
It checks out, given we've had a
After
a long-
tonight, that
long
makes
night.
sense.
This is the highest hunger I think I've had for a while. Please don't fuck up, dice! What did I say? What did I say?
Oh boy.
You said fuck up, so we did.
Willpower.
We heard fuck up, dice.
2, 3. 4.
That beats my 3. He looks up at Delia. I'm sorry. What am I apologizing for?
Most likely a lot of things. But for starters, you'll never talk to my friends like that again.
Ridiculous. I am here with the authority of the council of
Oh,
the...
it's-
And... Oh, go
Shove
ahead.
my gun between his teeth. Like just put the. Okay. No. You're gonna stop talking now because you don't. Delia, correct me if I'm wrong here. I don't think you really have authority anymore. You certainly don't have any authority. You come into my fucking town. You're gonna start throwing around this kind of fucking language. You fucking are gonna talk like. Thank you, Delia, for getting an apology here. Now, unless like press the gun in a bit further. Now, unless you want a real New York welcome, you piece of shit, you shut the fuck up right now and listen to what we have to tell you. All right? We're gonna let Delia talk. Delia, I feel like it's your
JD
time to talk.
from off to the side, kind of hands in pockets, looking at the Venture who has a gun stuffed in his mouth, goes, "Look, I came out of state for college, New York. Am I right?"
Just smile at JD.
The three of you need to put a little note on your character sheets.
Oh no.
Good.
Ooh.
Under merits.
Cool.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm going to call this... Actually, I want to find out something first. This grand working. What would Delia call it?
Well, it was already titled. The entire project is Project Unbound. And Fox liked the title, so that's what it is.
I did. Sorry.
It's so weird, but it's fine.
Good.
So,
Fucking weird.
in V5, these are specifically referred to as, hold on. There's specific things you can take as lore sheets. Delia has essentially created a lore sheet.
Oh, goody. I already have several
Oh,
of those. Gimme more.
I don't have any of those.
No,
Oh,
yeah, this is first for me.
1 dot. New
Cool.
York Unbound. The effects of New York Unbound. You ignore generation for the purposes of blood potency restrictions.
What does that mean exactly?
Normally, your blood potency can only get so strong based upon what your generation is. It's how
Gotcha.
kindred are kept down because your blood is kept thin. Delia has figured out a way to unshackle that.
Cool.
So generation is now meaningless for how powerful this kindred can become.
Tomorrow can look however the fuck we want it to.
It does nothing else,
Cool.
but it does that. Implications proceed.
Always. Always.
And for everyone else, JD is just like, so is that supposed to do something? Or I didn't feel anything. It wasn't like last time.
You definitely felt something. It's like the heart thing. I know everybody here. Curtis, you felt the heart thing, right?
I've felt that, but it wasn't nearly as potent as the last time I felt that. The last time I had to go, like, had to lock myself in a house before I didn't go with them and live in New York.
Well, that was like a
break it down for us.
condensed project. You can get there on your own hard work now, and you won't need me as your catalyst anymore.
Do you hear that, fuck eyes? It's a meritocracy now.
He's
Oh, that was-
looking
No faith.
around. Confused. Can I speak? He says.
Delia, that's your call. As I cock back the hammer. Because I can just take his jaw off and this problem solves itself kind of for a while.
She looks to Curtis a little bit.
Curtis looks around. Go ahead.
Removes the gun. Ew, venture spit. Ew.
He kind of rubs his jaw. This... I would call it heresy. As he pushes himself up, sitting against the wall. Means nothing. The Camarilla will not let this stand. The Camarilla will see that this affront is corrected.
To be fair, this only makes it so that even members of the Camarilla here in New York can achieve bigger and higher heights. I've done no harm.
Curtis walks over, tilts his head to one side, and says, "Good point, Delia. That reminds me." And he lunges onto the Ventru and begins to drain him.
God damn it. JD off to the side. Curtis, I'm also hungry. Dude, could you leave like a little bit?
Wait your turn, dear. The princess had a rough night.
As he's drinking, he literally, without looking, just holds up a finger from like behind. Just kind of 1 second.
Yep. No, it's fine. It's cool.
Would you like a spoon, Curtis?
It takes a moment as you hear the Ventru struggling beneath Curtis's fangs. And then there's a moment where you hear, you would have sworn it was a pilot light igniting as the body starts to desiccate and become ash. Curtis stands up, wiping his mouth, looking a hell of a lot fuller and more Curtis-like. He adjusts the ruffles of his shirt that are poking out from underneath the purple suit. Turns to JD, says, "Blood hunt's still on. Have your pick." Turns to Adamska. "Are you free?" Adamska looks around. I don't know. But I don't feel him. From across the way, hammer and cleaver in hand, the large one speaks up. I don't feel him either. We are not connected to the sire anymore. There's a moment of, oh, you guys are fun though. As a very long, gangly specter of an individual walks in, takes his axe back, turns to the assembled. If we are not connected anymore, I leave. I have had enough of this life. It's time for it to be my own. As the Nikolai, no longer the Nikolai, just 4 Malkavians lost to the night, scatter to the wind, each walking out of the pavilion.
JD looks up from where he's been drinking the judge, and just kind of with a streak of blood down one side goes, "If you need a place to stay while you figure it out, there's a real big house and you know where to find me."
Adamska turns and just before walking away.
Fucking nerd. And then JD goes back to eating.
Curtis turns to the three of you, looks up, sees that Redcap, who's now turned back into a normal version of himself. Less clothing than he would normally be wearing. Clothes torn off in the process of the transformation. Drinks the brouhaha and nods. Nods to Curtis, dragging the body away for privacy. Curtis turns to the three of you. Well, that's
You're welcome would be a good, or thank you would be a good place to start.
Oh, well, I mean, if I hadn't put it together, I mean, you're welcome.
No, of course, Your Highness. My humblest apologies.
And I owe it all to you.
You
Damn
can
right
pay
you
me
do.
later.
My loyal subjects, as he puts his hand out, wrist down.
Oh
Smacks
yeah,
wrist.
like he gets hit by it. Cause I go to kiss the ring, and it's like, ah!
I took a picture of your desiccated corpse and I will spread it on the internet. Put the hand down.
You two don't like to have any fun.
Oh, you didn't like the party before. You were complaining, but now we're ruining the fun.
Like to remind you all that he isn't lying.
Mhm.
I really know he wasn't lying now. Shut up.
Oh, how's your
Oh, it's gonna be annoying for a bit.
self?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. He was a weak piece of shit compared to me.
Well, I'm gonna keep an eye on your suit choices for a
Listen.
real long time.
In a battle of personalities, he was unarmed.
Oh,
As he
God.
stretches.
Right. I go looking for the where's that spoon? Anybody see that spoon? I want the spoon. I'm just gonna be keeping
Yeah,
this.
Well, your freezer truck is empty, is a little empty, so you're gonna have to put something else together for me anyway.
We've got... They know now. They really know. And, the last part of all this might actually work. I think it's gonna work.
There's another.
What-
I tried to do it. There's another part.
I hope.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you've been great. This is fantastic. I really appreciate it. There's one more part. Cause there's ooh, it's gonna be 2000 all over again. Tonight we're
throw the
gonna
spoon at
party
us.
like it's 19.
Curtis. For those of us who were like 6 in 2000,
New York was a fucking war zone.
Yeah.
cool.
The Camarilla is coming. The old school Camarilla is coming.
The for really's Camarilla.
And I think
Okay.
at this point, we can truly acknowledge that the revolution is here. But we're not anarchs. We don't want to see chaos. This is for us. This is to see that old fucking tower crumble around their fucking ears. So, get ready. It's gonna be a party. And that is where we are going to end this season of Concerto on Nocturne.
Oh my god. Who's ready to party? Was that foreshadowing, Steve?
Steve foreshadowed the
humbly
whole plot. There you go.
Yeah.
That at the
Yeah,
next several parties, we take at least one vampire who is good at punch. One
No,
of the
that's-
like 4 we have.
That's the fucking stinger. It's just Steve alone in a darkened room somewhere, like backlit by a window, and he turns towards the camera. Who's ready to party? Fangs come down. Hard cut to black.
I just imagine Steve as the fucking pizza delivery boy from the X-Files.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Good.
Vampire
good.
pizza.
Oh,
Now I
Oh,
have
man.
because we've come full circle on the Prince stuff. Now I have Party Like It's 1999 stuck in my fucking head.
you did this to yourself.
2000
Yeah, yeah.
parties over. Oops, out of time. I
I love the way that
So
like
why?
in terms just because of the sheer disparity in age. Curtis has Party Like It's 1999 and JD has Party Rock Anthem. That's the two
Jesus
different.
Christ.
That's where we've gone today. So thank you for that.
All right. Thank you, everybody,
Oh.
for joining us for this fantastic conclusion to Concerto on Nocturne. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed running it, and I hope as much as my players, every single one of them who has appeared in this season.
It's been a roll. Like,
It's been a lot.
You did a big one.
I hope they all enjoyed playing it as well. Whole lot of stuff's happened. The landscape of Kindred, New York has completely changed.
Hey, did I achieve my ambition?
Yes, you
Revolutionize
did.
a base concept of Kindred Society?
Yes, you did.
Guess I'll think of a new one for season 3.
This is what happens when, you know, two options are anarchy or totalitarian rule. You end up with violent people that want different things.
Is the blood hunt over?
Sorta. I mean, by the time we get back, yeah, it's gonna be over.
Okay, cool. That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
I just have to change my desire before season 3. That's all.
Well, I like that we're all preparing right now for season 3. Alright, what's our XP expenditure for the next session, guys?
Oh, yeah, you all got 10 XP
Yeah,
for
yeah.
this.
Okay.
It's the end of a it's the end of a season, so yes, a big chunk of
Yay.
XP right there.
Shit.
Well, my ambition is never going to happen because it's secure Curtis's reign as prince, and that motherfucker likes to jeopardize it every 30 seconds.
That's the worst
Secure
babysitting
what?
mission.
All right. So,
Yeah, the tainted drugs are kind of the least of our concerns now. Shit.
Yeah. I mean, they're still good. Still important to know.
all of these pieces are still moving. There's still things happening.
Christ.
We did a revolution starty go.
Yeah.
There's still elements within the city, but now the old guard is definitely on its toes.
I think it says in the opening, spoiler alerts, New York is a place like unlike any other place.
Yeah.
Right? Of course it has to be loud.
Yeah.
Hey, I get it. Now. It's a little. Yeah.
So we're gonna do what we do. So what am I looking forward to for next season? Well, it hasn't happened yet. In a darkened room, candles flickering in votives, like a chapel, a stadium of candlelight. standing next to an altar, preparing communion. A woman in fine, almost blasphemously well-tailored nun's habit, prays over the Eucharist. An individual rushes in from the side wearing a altar server's alb, runs up and whispers into the ear of said individual before running off. We move in closer and we see Victoria pull back the habit like a hood. As she smiles, her eyes becoming black pits. Ah. It seems it is truly the year of our Lord. Our time is now. And that we'll have to wait until next season.
That fucking.
I want none of that.
I'm glad we're leaving. You know what? I ain't even like.
That's a really bad habit you've picked up.
Good, good.
I'm just gonna cloister myself away after all this.
Bye!
Go sit back down. We have to say goodbye to the lovely people. We are going to use the last bit of our vampiric power to go raid World of Darkness right now. And until we see you again, I have been Conry. With me, from the T-State.
That's me, the T-State,
No,
Fox.
oh no, I was thinking about dumping it into a harbor.
The tea party.
Oh.
Boston Tea Party. Yeah, that
Well,
was
that's
a
awkward.
Technically,
I'm trans.
Texas
What do you
still.
want from me? I live in Texas, and this is all of this work. Take it from the top.
You know what? If we're talking about Tea Party states, it's still Texas. Anyway,
It's still Texas. You're
I
right.
hate this so much.
from the oasis of blue within the sea of red.
Fox, I hope.
Oh. From my neighbor to the north.
Ryamasa.
Right in front of me.
Cassandra Lee.
Until we see you again, everyone, remember to always stay evil. Good night, everybody.